I made a decision that I wanted to be an artist and a revolutionary. I couldn't distinguish between the two jobs. Both roles are integral to shifting our values and developing new ideas about how we should exist in the world. Both of those roles call for us to be nimble and critical and creative and bold. And so for me, they merge very well. It's been hard over the years, though, seeing how those two things can merge in a practice so that one isn't privileged over the other. And I have been trying to find what is that harmonious place.
I feel like there's this thing that's happening in New Orleans right now that's really concerning for me. And then I also feel like there's this thing that happened that started in the most contemporary form. It started on August 29, where people along the Gulf Coast began to disappear. We started with this unmitigated climate disaster called Hurricane Katrina. We've seen it with economic disasters that took place, like you think about places like Detroit, places like Baltimore, like a bomb is literally hit, right? Certain places in Philly, you see it all across the Bronx, you're just like, what happened, right? And so I feel like there's that piece, right? And how do we, as we gather and rebuild, how do we like center that place, right? Those people, even though we are those people and we're not those people. But there is this, when we think about like displacement, what caused it? What forced it? What was that trigger, right? And how did and also how it brings us together.
This project is an effort to experiment with this kind of a cultural praxis. On the organizing end, I'm working with a core group of 15 Black feminists here in New Orleans, many of whom I have built relationships with over the last 10 years, some of whom are new and come through other relationships. Starting really from a dialogue. What does it mean, this question of Black geographies in relationship to Black feminism, in relationship to Black queer feminism? What are we looking at in this particular moment?
All them books that we just began talking about, we were referencing Black geographies, McKittrick's Woods, so like really we can get into some study around those ideas.
You know, throughout 3 decades, and really if we look longer, all the way back to Reconstruction of Black mobilization against police violence, against state violence, right? Post-emancipation, Black feminism has been the space that says actually Black life in its full spectrum has mattered, not just the spectacle of death that attracts us. So we're not just Rekia Boyd, not just Trayvon, right? Not just Mike Brown, but actually our whole life, cradle to the grave, and some would say, you know, into the afterlife, into passing on to being ancestors. We have to actually sustain ourselves across that whole spectrum.
Black people have had to move around just to make a living, like just to be safe, like just. Black people are landless people, you know.
Yeah.
We've been roaming since the Middle Passage.